Welcome to our Women's Federation for World Peace relaunch here in Los Angeles. Thank you for joining us. We have a very exciting program today, so we're excited to share this time together with you. For those of you who don't know, my name is Jasmine Santoro, and I'm here today actually as part of WFWP San Diego, but I grew up in Los Angeles, so WFWP LA is very special to me. And so I will be your MC for part one of today's program. But to start our program off today, we want to invite God, and so we want to open up in prayer. And so I want to invite the pastors of this church, LA Family, Pastor Joshua and Takayo Holmes, for our opening prayer.
My wife is going to pray, but I just wanted to greet everyone and congratulate Women's Federation for this amazing day, renewing and rising in Los Angeles. We're very excited, so please, Takayo.
Please join me in prayer. Our most beloved Heavenly Parent and our true parents, Heavenly Parent, thank you so much for bringing us together this morning. Heavenly Parent, this is a special day because Women's Federation for World Peace is relaunching in Los Angeles. Heavenly Parent, we thank you so much for how much you have worked throughout the past in Women's Federation, really working through the powerful women, your daughters, Heavenly Parent, to establish peace and become examples of your Heavenly Mother's heart, Heavenly Parent. And I pray that moving forward in the future, that we can really inherit from our leaders of the past and really practice the principles of true love, Heavenly Parent, in our life, so that everyone around us can experience the love of our Heavenly Father and Heavenly Mother together. So this is a new era. This is a happy new era, Heavenly Parent, and I pray that the program throughout today and in the future for Women's Federation can be blessed by you, yes, and that it can impact many, many more people, Heavenly Parent. So thank you. Please enjoy this time with us, and I would like to offer this prayer in all of our names here, and in my name, Takayo Holmes of a Blessed Angel family, in attendance to our Holy Mother Han. Aju.
Thank you, everybody. Welcome.
Thank you for that beautiful prayer. And did you all enjoy the slideshow of photos at the beginning? Yeah, beautiful. So many of you were in them, so I know many of you have been longtime partners with WFWP. But to give us more of an overview of Women's Federation for World Peace and what is taking place today, I would like to introduce Dr. Katarina Connory. She is currently president of WFWP USA since June 2025, and prior to this, she has worked as the vice president of WFWP USA for over 10 years, a role she was appointed to by the WFWP founder, Dr. Hak Jahan Moon. Dr. Connory holds a master's degree in international development with a focus on human security and a graduate certificate in advanced Asian studies. In this year, Dr. Connory completed her Doctor of Ministry from HJ International Graduate School of Peace and Public Leadership. She is visiting us all the way from New Jersey, where she lives with her husband and their 3 children. So please help me in welcoming up Dr. Katarina Connory.
Okay, thank you for standing for me. Oh my goodness. This is a gigantic podium. It's a little intimidating. Okay, so is this the clicker for the thingy? Oh, okay, all right. So good morning, everyone. I think actually this is the first time I'm visiting the LA chapter and also this church building, even though I've been with Women's Federation since 2014. Well, actually, I was here in LA during the Global Women's Peace Network launch in LA in 2019, where also there was the Peace Starts With Me rally, where Mother Moon, Mother Han spoke, right? Were many of you there in 2019? Yes, all right. So I'm very glad to be here with you at the relaunch, since we are relaunching this LA chapter. Officially today, it's appropriate for me to give you kind of an overview of Women's Federation. Maybe many of you are familiar with Women's Federation. Maybe you've been involved in different activities over the year for many, different things they've done. But some things may be new and some things may be different. We did have a brief hiatus, kind of a resting period in LA for a little while, right? But, in nature, sometimes there's a period of rest, right? Before new life can be reborn, right? The caterpillar is in rest before, in the cocoon, before becoming the butterfly. And there's a period of winter before spring, right? So, yeah, you can look forward to lots of new and wonderful things here in LA. So let's get going. I want to keep my timer on so I don't talk too long. Okay. So our vision for peace is we are a network for women working together to transform our global family. As women, we care deeply about our families. We care deeply about the communities in which we build our families, right? We even care, in Women's Federation, we seek to care for other families beyond our immediate surroundings. And maybe even transform our hearts and bring a sense of inner peace so that we can care for the families that maybe we would call enemies, right? So that we can build a global family together with our brothers and sisters. Our vision is a world of peace. Maybe it sounds simple, maybe it sounds naive. Some people might think that's impossible, peace. But peace is more than just the absence of conflict or the absence of war. If we end all the wars right now, we're not necessarily going to have peace, right? Peace is also the presence of love, of respect, of communication, of morality, of responsibility, of empathy, listening to each other, and justice, mercy, all these amazing and wonderful things, very important. But if we're going to build a peaceful world, I can't build a peaceful world if I'm not in peace, right? If I'm not a merciful person, I can't build mercy, right? So there are many paths, methods to building peace, and many of you may be working in these different areas to build peace and different initiatives. But here in Women's Federation, we work from 3 core beliefs which inform our activities and our approach. And the first is that the essence of our Creator is as a heavenly parent. And our heavenly parent embodies both masculine and feminine qualities. We're not sectarian or religious, but we are spiritually based. So there is an understanding that God is a heavenly parent, and that is based on, we're talking about a quality of love, right? The quality of love that we receive from our Creator is parental in nature. We're talking about a love that is unconditional, which is nurturing, caring about our future, protective, encourages growth, seeks our greater good and our health and happiness. And this love from our Creator is also fatherly and motherly in nature. God loves us as a father and as a mother, embodied in a heavenly parent. And the second core belief in Women's Federation is that men and women are absolutely equal. In fact, we are designed to be complementary partners with equal value and unique God-given qualities. There's a history of animosity between men and women, right? And there are many ways we've been seeking to combat that history or change that history or rewrite the narrative. And unfortunately, a lot of the things that come out is like, I don't need a man, right? Or, we can do it better, step aside, right? But in our vision, men and women, we're complementary partners. We need to work together from each of our unique qualities. And finally, the woman's touch is needed and essential for peace building, and it's actually been what has been missing in our approach thus far. We have many, many amazing leaders who have built peace throughout the world. But unfortunately, most of our approaches have been masculine. And many of these amazing leaders, disproportionately, have been men. And they've done amazing things. And this is not about tearing those men down or saying, oh, what you did wasn't good enough. No, it's not about that. But it's finding ways that we can work together. The way in the world is right now, that means we need to open a path, open a way for more feminine approach, so that we can move forward in balance. So all of this is informed and guided by the life, the leadership, and the philosophy of our founder, Dr. Hak Ja Han Moon, also known as Mother Han. And I want to highlight one quote from her. She said, "I launched Women's Federation for World Peace as a movement to awaken women to their true value and help them embrace men and develop themselves in partnership with men." So there's a lot being said about the women, about women's role in society, right? And, you know, where women belong, or gender equality is a big buzzword, right? Or gender empowerment, and these kind of discussions going on and on. Sometimes, honestly, like, I'm in a women's organization. Sometimes I feel tired of talking about women's empowerment. We hear about it so often. But our founder believed that we're still missing the core point. And the point is that our value as women doesn't come from having the things that men have, or getting men to give us something that they've been withholding. It's not about that. Our value first comes from our Creator, right? Men, their value comes from their Creator too, right? And from that elevated place of knowing and owning our value, then we can collaborate and work together and develop ourselves in partnership with other women and with men. So we are committed to supporting women in the journey of unlocking our true potential. A few facts about Women's Federation. Started in 1992, over 30 years ago. We're active in 35 local cities and towns across the US. And beyond that, we're operating in 128 nations around the world. And we also have a general consultative status with ECOSOC at the United Nations. This is one of the highest status that a UN can achieve when in connection with the UN. So what do? We work in 3 major areas with women, leadership, and peace building. So first, we create communities for women where we can be awakened to our fullest, truest self, knowing our value as embodying the divine feminine. We talk about the differences between men and women. We're different, right? Women especially, we need our sisters. We need positive, uplifting relationships, circles of women growing in womanhood together. So that we can, let down our hair, right? We can speak to each other about, this is what's on my heart, and it be received by my sister. And you got this, you're not alone. I've experienced that too. So that we can fill up our cup again. And women, when our cup is full, we naturally just want to give. It just overflows. We can't help it. We just give to the people around us, to our kids, our community, to our husbands, to our brothers, right? So we want to create those spaces where we can fill our cup, and then we can go out into our community and make a positive change. We also build networks for women leaders. Mother Han talks about this in her speeches, but we need women in leadership in all areas, in government, in media, in churches, in schools, but we don't need women leaders who are acting like men, right? We don't need that. Then we're still unbalanced, right? We have to lead using our God-given qualities as women. So we want to inspire, uplift, and empower that. Finally, in the area of peace building, we work to heal the divides in our global family. We were talking about the presence of harmony and positive relationships and mutual prosperity and communication and respect, all these things we need for true peace. But in order to get there, there's a lot of things that we need to heal, right? There's a lot of pain from the past. There's a lot of trauma, things we hold in our heart, resentments. There's a lot of things we need to do to resolve those things. So we approach peace building as a way to bring about the internal transformation so that we are becoming peace builders, right? Some of our signature projects that we do in these areas, first is Her Tribe, and I know Meagan is leading a Her Tribe group. This is really that area of building communities for women. The Her Tribe is a regular women's small group, can be monthly, quarterly, hosted in a church or a community center or a home. It features a curriculum based on Mother Han's philosophy of true womanhood. And there's readings, discussions, sharing, activities. So the women in Her Tribe, we explore together, what does it mean for me to become and be a true woman? What does that look like? If I'm trying to be a true woman, how do I respond to my husband? Or how do I take care of my kids? Or how do I respond or digest this thing that's happening in the world? And we work through it together so that we are empowering each other in our journey and receiving support from our fellow women. Another area in this area of supporting women and awakening to our true value is the Awaken Retreats. It's just a way to delve deeper into my value as a woman, my journey to being a true woman. We have a national retreat in October. And by the way, all the ladies here, you are invited to come and join us in October in Pennsylvania, 23rd to 26th. And then we also do we have some one-day retreats in local communities for those who can't travel across the country. So in the retreat, we focus on personal healing and empowerment, processing past pain, affirming our self-worth, embracing womanhood as a source of strength, connecting as sisters, as fellow women we have fun too, creative art, expression, express your heart, and creating intentions for how to go forward, living in knowing my value. What does that look like? How can I show up in my important relationships and reflect God's motherly heart, motherly love in the way I do the things that I do? For those women who are in positions of influence and leadership and want to make a change on a bigger level, we work through the Global Women's Peace Network with women leaders and influencers. It's really about pulling together our collective wisdom, our influence, our knowledge in order to address social change together. If we're going to build peace, we need a lot of effort. We can't all stay in our little silos, in our own little, small things. We have to elevate and go on a bigger level and work together. So there are two major projects we do within the Global Women's Peace Network. They are the Bridge of Peace and Her Story Awards. I know many of you, let's go back, this one first. I know many of you are very familiar with the Bridge of Peace. You've been doing the Bridge of Peace for many years. Amazing Bridge of Peace. You can see there's some beautiful albums out in the courtyard here that Susan brought with some of the pictures of the past Bridge of Peace in LA. So really the Bridge of Peace is about transformation, reconciliation, two people from different opposing sides, usually enemy sides that see each other as an enemy. There's pain, resentment, lots of things held there, and they bring it to the bridge. And they make a commitment of forgiveness, of healing, and working together towards peace. And not just in that ceremony, but beyond, when they go home, when they meet other people who they would think are enemies. I don't like them. If I envision the peaceful world, that person or those people are not included. How do we bring together? Build peace, okay? Heal harmful stereotypes and misunderstandings. And then in the Her Story Awards, we do this mostly in March because of Women's History Month here in the US. But this award really is about acknowledging women and their accomplishments, and not just the accomplishments, but the stories behind the accomplishments, right? They've been through a lot to get to where they are. So we want to hear and acknowledge, what challenges did you go through? They share. These are the challenges I went through. And this is how I overcame it. And this is the wisdom I learned on my path. These are stories of digesting trauma and stories of resilience and compassion and courage and very deep, deep wisdom. So, and the women who are honored and recognized feel so seen and heard. It's not just like, oh, you have this high position or you did this wonderful thing, but behind that, there is a lot. Aha. And in Women's Federation, we also seek to, put our money where our mouth is. We're not a humanitarian organization, but we talk a lot about the motherly heart and the importance of giving and caring for others. So in even just a small way, we want to support those in need, our brothers and sisters around the world. So Schools of Africa is a project we've been supporting for many years. We support 6 schools in 5 countries currently. Supporting education for elementary school and then up to a technical training institute in Rwanda, which we are going to visit coming up in November. And then finally, in Women's Federation, we have been working nationally, internationally, and local for 30 years, right? And in the spirit and intention of collaborating more broadly and having a bigger impact together, we are joining together under the banner of the Peace Starts With Me Alliance. And you will hear more about this Peace Starts With Me Alliance in a moment. But I just want to share that this is not a Women's Federation project, but this is something we are very excited to support and build here in LA. And we're looking forward to supporting the vision of the Alliance and what is possible. We seek to, together with other organizations with a common vision for peace and a common desire to create spaces where we can collaborate and work together. We can talk about what is the issue we want to address here in our community, here in Monterey Park, here in LA. What do we want to do? And bringing our resources together under the banner of the Peace Starts With Me Alliance. The Women's Federation chapter in LA is excited and ready to give and support, bring the Women's Federation Foundation and work to building something bigger together. So then, next time I come here, I'm gonna be so surprised. I'm gonna say, wow, you've built peace right here in your community, right? We're gonna do it. And so let's do this together. All right. And just a few ways you can connect with Women's Federation. We do have a membership. You can support your local chapter, support Meagan and the team that she's working together with. You can donate to Women's Federation or to some of our projects like Schools of Africa. And also today, I just wanted to share briefly, I brought a few of our books that we are working on. That we have 2 children's books, and there's also a journal for mothers of young children that you can purchase. Wonderful gift for yourself or others. And with that, I thank you so much for your kind attention, and we're looking forward to a great future. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Connory, for that overview, highlighting WFWP's vision, values, and the incredible work taking place. And as was mentioned, today's event is co-sponsored by Peace Starts With Me and the Peace Starts With Me Alliance. And to share more about that, I want to invite the co-director for Los Angeles, Kodai Abe, to share more about it.
Thank you. Thank you, Jasmine. Yes, good morning, everyone. I'm very excited to be present here today at the Relaunch Ceremony of Women's Federation. Yes, as Jasmine briefly mentioned, my name is Kodai. I'm the co-director of what's called the Peace Starts With Me movement here in Los Angeles. Peace Starts With Me, it's essentially a movement in which we try to create and foster peaceful changes, right, through the dialogue that we create, through the culture that we create, and raising leaders to become peace promoters. So that's essentially who we are. And I'm happy to say that the Women's Federation is a part of this bigger scale, this bigger project that we have going on. And this is essential alongside 5 other organizations that I'm also proud to have under the Peace Starts With Me, what I call the Peace Starts With Me Alliance. I just want to take time to recognize some of the leaders that are present here today that are part of this alliance. So first we have American Clergy Leadership Conference, which focuses on bringing faith leaders together. We have our director, Reverend Mark Tengen, or you have Reverend Mark Tengen and Minister Susan Munsell. Minister Susan Munsell. They are very great leaders. I had the pleasure of knowing them for close to a decade. Each of them highly spiritual, and Reverend Mark Tengen is also my other co-director of this Peace Starts With Me Alliance. So we also have the Professors World Peace Academy Los Angeles, which brings professors and academic leaders from various fields, and we talk about discussing matters of the environment at the moment. So we have our director, Michael Shimogawara, in the back. Let's give her a hand. I will discuss a little bit later, but she is one of the key reasons as to why I'm even here today. But yes, very grateful for her. We also have Peace Cup, which brings peace through sports, culture, and arts. We have our director, Mikuni Tamura, right over here. He drove all the way from San Diego alongside his wife just to attend this event. So thank you, Mikuni. We also have Universal Peace Federation, which encompasses multiple areas from religious to political, you name it, to the family. We have our directors, Nasser and Uli Zomarad, here with us today. Thank you. And of course, the main event for today, we have our Women's Federation for World Peace with our newly appointed chairwoman, Meagan Robles. Let's give her a hand. Wow, and it's very comforting as the co-director of this Peace Starts With Me movement for having such great leaders in each various fields. So I'm very comforted for each of your presence here today. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. So the world has always faced this violence, right? This mistreatment of others. And today, more so, I believe that healing is more needed than ever. Within this past few weeks, you can just see how much this country in itself has been divided, right? So, yeah, and I believe that this brings many people that are unsure about where the future of our country is heading towards, right? And maybe many of you guys also feel the similar sentiment. And that's why we need people who can bridge these divides, right? Bridge these gaps, bring together family, people of different backgrounds, races, you name it, but through love and education. Right? This is how we can truly bring people about. And peace doesn't simply appear if we wait for it. Right? We cannot just hope that one day maybe things will improve. Maybe one day someone's gonna make a drastic change that can bring and heal this world. And if we wish to see a better world, then I believe that we must become better people. Right? That we can help others do the same. That peace starts with me. And this is who we are. So today we celebrate not just a relaunch, but a new commitment. This Women's Federation for World Peace is not just another organization, but it is a pillar to the Peace Starts With Me movement. Right? And it is a cornerstone of a larger effort to raise the next generation of leaders. And with Women's Fed, predominantly with female leaders. And I have nothing but gratitude to all the women that I grew up with, that has surrounded my life currently and in the past, because through them I was nurtured both physically and spiritually. And for many of us, our first experiences with female leadership is through our mothers, right? And I had the pleasure to have my own mother in this building with us. Mom, if you can stand up. She's a shy person. Give her time. This is the lady that has cared for me, nurtured me, fed me, cooked for me, you name it, even cleans my own room for me. Because of her, I have no house skills. Like, I cannot do anything in the house. Thank you, Mom. Yeah, and through moms, especially through female leadership, right, through our motherly figures, I believe that there's ways that they can guide, their children in ways that, a father simply can't. I remember I shared this experience in the past before, but every Sunday services, I wasn't an active churchgoer, to be honest, but it was through my mom who actively barged in through my door, wake me up every Sunday morning, drag me to come to Sunday services. Wow. Let me tell you, now, she is powerful when she needs to be powerful. Don't let her smile fool you. She is, wow. And every spiritual mentor who shaped me was also, female leaders as well, just as, Michael-san in the back and the other female leaders. Growing up, I think I had the same concept as many young people, where I only really care more so about my own future, right? Like, what am I gonna do? What's my future path? Where do I want to go in terms of career? But these remarkable women that I surrounded myself with recognized that there's this flawed version of me, right? That there's something inherently wrong with me. And week after week, month after month, we will meet over and over. I would pour out, things in which I would normally won't be able to pour out to men. And they have mended me and spiritually brought me to where I am today. So I have nothing but gratitude, and I can confidently say, woman is a reason why I am here, that I can become an activator for peace because of them. And then 2 years ago, to share a final story, 2 years ago, I had the blessing of being married to my wife. Amen. She's upstairs right now. She's just handling the AV system. But yeah, let me tell you, when you get married, it's a daily seminar of appreciating women. Oh my goodness. I know there's a lot of young people who were recently married too, right? And oh my goodness, it's a complete shift in life, right? It's like they are there to, of course, love you, praise you, but they are always, on your case about everything. Aju, amen? Is that true, husbands? All husbands there, women, your wives are always up your butt about something, They're like, where were you today, Why don't you tell me I look pretty in these clothes? Why you take forever to use the restroom? All these small things, these women and, my wife especially are just on my case. The list can go on and on, but because she's in the building with me, I think I'm gonna stop here. Because otherwise it's gonna be a long car ride back home, man. She's looking at me through the computer. She's like, oh, you better stop there. You better stop there, husband. But yeah, I believe that, just ladies, it's just your inherent nature to really just care for people. My wife especially, I believe she's doing all these things because she deeply has this care for me. She wants to know everything that's happening in my life. And I really think that's the strength that you guys possess, that we as, men, we may not be so strong in. And yeah, so I like to just say thank you to all the women leaders here in this room. Without you, us men, we'd be lost. Without my wife, I can't even find my own car. I'm like, where did I park my car? Could have sworn it was this direction. I believe that your courage, your wisdom, your loud and quiet acts of love are the blueprint to building the world that we dream of. The world led by just men, I believe, is doomed for failure. And I believe that all great successes in history was backed by strong women leaders. And so their voices need to be raised louder, right? So let's leave today ready to amplify women's voices, right? To partner across our Peace Starts With Me family and to live by the name that peace starts with me. So I'm very excited to see where this Women's Federation is going to head towards. I know we have incredible leadership, not just of Meagan, but many incredible women here in this Los Angeles community. And yes, I'm very excited to see the path and trajectory that we'll be heading towards. So thank you.
Thank you, Kodai, for sharing about Peace Starts With Me, but also your own testimony. And I think maybe many of us relate. I know I myself do too, that I'm also here because of the many amazing women and mother figures in my life that allowed me to be here. So thank you for sharing that testimony. And actually, on that note, as Women's Federation here in Los Angeles, we would not be here if it were not for the many, many women who devoted themselves and invested and really kept Women's Federation active here in Los Angeles. And so I want to take this time to especially recognize our longtime serving chairwoman, Miss Emma Reid, who helped Women's Federation so beautifully. Yeah, it was her love and investment that's brought us to this point. And actually, I remember always being, in my teen years, going into my young adult, Aunt Emma was always active with Women's Federation. And it was something she would passionately talk about with everyone. And I remember especially me too. She would tell me her hopes for me, even as a teenager, young adult, into what Women's Federation could offer and do. And I was always inspired. And so we're really grateful that you're here today. And to further thank and recognize Miss Emma Reid, I want to invite up Dr. Connory to do the next portion.
Okay. I feel like this is a big task. There's so much that we just don't have time to share about, right? For myself, yeah, I didn't get to work so much directly with Emma, even though I've been part of Women's Fed for 10 years, but I always heard about, yeah, Emma's a powerhouse, and Emma did this and that, and it's like, wow, okay, this lady, she's like a, like this dominant figure in your mind. When you think about Women's Federation, it's like, Emma Reid, okay. So actually, except for the GWPN launch, as I mentioned before, in LA, where actually at that time during the launch ceremony, the conference that we held together, we were able to welcome Julia Moon, she was then our president of Women's Federation International. And I have such wonderful memories from that time. Also together with Susan, she working in Southgate and all her efforts there. Together, we had a beautiful breakfast together with Julia Moon and just sharing our hearts. I just remember the picture we took together with all the women, and afterwards we had the rally with Mother Han, and it's so funny. So at this rally, when you have big events, sometimes they get kind of chaotic, right? Yes, get chaotic. So, in this program at the Peace Starts With Me rally, where Mother Han was going to be speaking, we had agreed that there was going to be some Women's Federation seats for us. And then we got there, and people were sitting in our seats. But I just remember Emma and Susan like, hey, these are our seats. They had brought so many guests, right, to sit here. So we had to say, please, these were our seats. And just that time of, having to digest. I know, we had to digest many things. Even though we talk so much about women leadership and women have done so many things, many times women leaders, I'm sure many of you can attest and testify that when you come into the space or come into the room and it's that like rallying cry for women's leadership is not there, right? But still, we keep on, we digest, and we go forward. Actually, even though I didn't get to work directly with Emma, someone who did work with Emma for many years was our former president, Dr. Angelica Selly. So I asked her to write a message for you at this time. So I'm going to read that. Dear women leaders, friends, and supporters of the Los Angeles WFWP chapter, good morning. It is my honor to say a few words about Mrs. Emma Reid, who has faithfully championed the position of Chairwoman of WFWP Southern California for the past 13 years. That in itself is a remarkable record of service. Emma has been with WFWP Los Angeles since its founding. From the very beginning, she always volunteered, whether it was office work or anything else that was needed. In 2011, when I came to LA to look for a new chairwoman, it was Emma who stepped forward. From that moment, she invested herself wholeheartedly for the mission, empowering women, working with other organizations, creating regular events, and working with the greater LA community and chapters in Southern California. That includes also in San Diego. I remember that launch and starting up that chapter with Emma's support. One of Emma's greatest strengths has been her consistency. Month after month, she organized meetings like clockwork, each focused on vital issues affecting women and families, such as dignity, healthcare, human rights, and human trafficking. She also invested many experts, and through these collaborations, WFWP built strong alliances that continue today. Emma also carried on the tradition of Bridge of Peace programs that held annual successful fundraisers for the Schools of Africa Project. 3 milestone events especially stand out. In 2012, Emma helped secure the Emma Hotel in Las Vegas for the historic 20th national anniversary of WFWP, with our founder, Dr. Hak Ja Han Moon, spoke in person. Emma not only secured the venue, but also managed the registration and tickets for several events over those 4 days. It's an amazing job, right? Yes. In 2019, she organized the commemoration of 400 years since the end of slavery, one of the most moving programs I have ever seen. And that same year, we, together with our national team, launched the regional chapter of the Global Women's Peace Network in Los Angeles during Dr. Hak Ja Han Moon's Peace Starts With Me tour. All 3 events marked historic moments for the chapter and for WFWP USA. Dear Emma, I want to thank you as the former president for your many years of consistent, sacrificial, and devoted service. Knowing you were faithfully leading on the other side of the country gave me and our national office great comfort. Under your leadership, the chapter not only survived, but built a strong foundation for the future. Despite many challenges, you never stopped empowering women, and today you pass this foundation to the next generation to build upon. So once again, with all my heart, I thank you, congratulate you, and invite everyone to join me in celebrating your extraordinary 13 years of service with a well-deserved round of applause. Yay, let's welcome her up. And we have some flowers and a plaque. So this says Women's Federation for World Peace USA, in honor of Emma Reid, with deepest gratitude for your loving service and dedicated heart to WFWP Los Angeles 2011 to 2025. All right, thank you. One more round of applause. So now we are going to officially welcome the incoming leadership for Women's Federation for World Peace, Los Angeles. So I'm just starting to get to know Meagan and her beautiful heart and her desire to serve. So actually, if you've ever read Mother of Peace, Dr. Hak Ja-han Moon's memoir, in her memoir there's a part where she paints a picture of the future or her vision for women's leadership. She talks about our God-given role and our ability as women to nurture the next generation as mothers and as motherly figures. She also talks about how we as women are meant to complete and complement men as wives, yes, as sisters. And she, many times when we talk about women's leadership, there's like this separation between leading and family, right? We consider like if you're gonna be leading, if you're gonna be the CEO of something company, you're gonna be a big change, you have to sacrifice your family, right? That's our concept. And that's the model we've had so far, right? But Dr. Moon, Mother Han, is advocating for a new idea, a new model of leadership, where those roles are not separate. You know, there's an integration between family and leadership, right? So I just wanted to read a quote for you from that section. She says that women have the magical power to create harmony and soften hearts. The world of the future can be a world of reconciliation and peace, but only if it is based on the maternal love and affection of women. This is the true power of womanhood. The time has come for the power of womanhood to save the world. So I encourage our incoming chairwoman to lean into that power, the true power of womanhood, our ability as wives, as daughters, as mothers, and as women, the God-given abilities that we have and we hold. That means that things might not be as expected, right? Things might not be as they have been in the past. We need to create a new age. So if I give you any words of wisdom as you embark on this new journey or this new chapter in your life, it would be to trust your gut. Trust your intuition that God gave you. You know, for women, many times, things are not always clear-cut and linear. Sometimes we feel like we're caught in a storm. But for women to move out of the storm and stay clear in ourselves, we have to know our center. We have to stay strong in our center. And that is the voice of God that our Heavenly Parent put in your heart. So trust yourself, lean into your power as a woman. Even if some people get upset, you can love them and embrace them with your motherly heart. So let us welcome our new chairwoman for WFWP Los Angeles chapter, Meagan Robles. A big round of applause. Yay!
It's very exciting, but I'm also very nervous. But that's okay, because I have my family all around me today. Okay, so I first want to thank our Heavenly Parent for your love and trust in your daughter to take on such a special role. I take it very seriously, and I'm just very honored and grateful to be here. And thank you all for being here. Just like truly and deeply with all my heart, thank you for being here today. Whatever specific reason that placed you in that seat, I mean, we are all here because we're one family under God. The person next to you is your sister or your brother. It could be your wife or your mom, but that's still your sister from God's view. So when you look to your left, to the right, behind you, in front of you, that's your family. That's God's community. Even above you and below you, you have your family's energy surrounding you. That energy of molecules and atoms is undeniable. So it is undeniable that we are all connected, right? Thank you for being present today with your love and adding your own special, unique character to today's celebration. Pastor Joshua, Pastor Takayo, you are truly my brother and sister, and I have an outpouring of love and respect and admiration for each one of you. Thank you for your hearts, your love, and dedication to our family. Shoko-san and Amy, I'm not even sure where you are. They're working hard always. That's my team, and I am so grateful for them. I believe that it was a God-made team, and we are powerful together, and we're gonna do some incredible things here. To the incredible... And to the incredible teams that volunteered to put this event together and all of those who are praying for WFWP, I thank you sincerely and deeply. None of today would have happened without the support of my Los Angeles family. So I'd like to now address the Women's Federation for World Peace, WFWP National President, Dr. Katarina Connory. It is an honor and a privilege to have you join us here all the way from New Jersey. Thank you for your mentorship and your leadership and your guidance. Maybe she doesn't know it yet, but your comfort, like, you're so calm and composed, and your support is unwavering, and it really has been centering for me. You've already shown us as mother of WFWP, and I'm so grateful for you. In attendance today, we also have some special WFWP members, our Vegas coordinator, Audia. There she is. You are truly inspiring, and I can't wait to build sisterhood with you. Yeah, thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. We also have some members from San Diego. Where's Kaiko, Lo, and Solange? Yay. So thank you for showing incredible sisterhood by being here today. We can't wait to bridge that gap between Los Angeles and San Diego. Yes, Susan Felsenthal, also known as Southgate Susan. Susan, you are God's special daughter, and the way you swim upriver, using your instincts and sticking to them, are crucial to womanhood and what WFWP has set out to unlock. Thank you for your love for WFWP and the seriousness that you take in involving yourself in our community of Southgate. To all Women Federation members in Los Angeles, past and present, those here with us, and to all of those that are not, it's because of you that we are all here today. The foundation has been laid. Your dedication, your experience, it all still exists. It's all very much alive all around us. It's what we do with it now that really matters. So let's think about that while I turn to our dear, sweet, outgoing chairwoman, Emma Reid. Emma, I want to thank you for holding this space for Women's Federation in LA, for inspiring women to connect to their true value by bringing meaningful content, meaningful guest speakers, and allowing the opportunity to impact children and families through your passion for Schools of Africa. We're not done with you yet. By the grace of God, I expect you to stick around for a long time. You know, Emma has been my greatest supporter in this transition. For those that don't know, Emma and I have a special bond that goes back to the fall of 2017. And she welcomed me with open arms to the Los Angeles Family Church. And she also had the softest, silkiest blouses. And I would like run to her and like rub my cheek on her and on her, do you remember? Because they were so soft and it just comforted me, and we just had that kind of relationship right from the start. Yeah, so thank you for our friendship, for our talks, your words of inspiration, your support, your encouragement. And thank you for loving me and caring for me. I mean, most of all, thank you for caring for Women's Federation for World Peace in Los Angeles. Okay, so what is the vision for WFWP Los Angeles? Well, we heard some overview earlier, right? But we want to restore LA. Okay, so what does that look like, and how do we get there? Well, what it looks like and how we get there, I'm sure, is completely different to everyone, right? But that's because of our unique character from God. So what do I know? I know if we center around true love and heart and go out from there, then we will be okay. Because, yes. If each one of us is attuned to our unique calling and gift from God, then allowing God to use you as that special tool to apply that love. And if we continue out from there together as a sisterhood, as a brotherhood, a family, then we're loving on the community level. We have these wonderful programs that have influenced substantial changes in women's lives. They have been very successful and are impacting women, whether it's their leadership at home, on the job, or in their community. For LA, I see growing Herd Tribe meetings in multiple areas. You know, I mean, you have a Herd Tribe meeting and you have a Herd Tribe meeting, right, in your own area. Los Angeles is quite large, so we definitely want to have that vision to go towards, right? And so creating these sisterhoods, this space like President Connory was talking about, they're very impactful, and they're great tools to creating peace and starting in our homes, right? Some other things that I envision: the Awaken a Treat once yearly, like the Her Story Awards. You know, maybe we can have them every 3 months, and then we're honoring all the women leaders in our communities. You know, Bridge of Peace every year, right? Such a special program, and it's highly impactful, and people love to come to that. So we want to keep that going, do that every year. We have our Schools of Africa program, but maybe we can do some creative things like create a pen pal program with, you know, our youth and their youth, or, you know, definitely doing fundraisers a couple times a year. We could do new things like, you know, different ways to take care of moms, whether they're single mothers or working mothers, or maybe they're elderly or sick, or, you know, let's create some programs, right, that we can help our women in the communities. And then absolutely collaborating with the Alliance. Maybe we have an all-women's prayer breakfast, you know, hosted by the Alliance. We've been talking about youth sports camps, teaming with Peace Cup, right? Maybe we have a peace concert with UPF. Maybe it's sponsored by LA Galaxy. Makuni, Josh, yeah. Just a thought. But with the creativity of heaven on our side, this list can go on and on, right? What is your passion? What is your gift? Let's make a program based on that. We will be offering an opportunity to share your thoughts with us and your comments, so that's a great place to leave those ideas. We want to hear what you want to do. We want to use your special, unique gift and apply it through this alliance, through Women's Fed. Okay. So I want to share a little personal with you. My anniversary of my first LA Family Church service is next week. Yeah, and it'll be my 8th year here. Yeah, thank you. My testimony is an incredible one and would not be possible to tell without speaking about the Pazinski family. This is my spiritual mother, Carolyn Pazinski. And we have to, of course, mention her husband, Stan, my spiritual father. I like to call him the great witnesser. He used to witness every single day, all day. That's what he did. And so, therefore, that's how I came to meet them. And it's too long to get into why I was there, but I was sitting at inside a McDonald's. And in McDonald's, they have like the kind of bench seats that go all along, but they're separated by table. And Stan came in, and I was already sitting there, and Stan came in and sat down like next to me, but at the table next to me. And then Carolyn came and sat, and then they were talking about, Stan was talking about the difference in the path of Jesus and Moses, right, versus the path of Jacob. And my ears were like, what? Because I was not used to people talking about such topics in public, especially next to me in McDonald's. And I was already on this path of searching, and so God had my heart and my ears open, and I was just like, what? This is just, the timing was just, yeah. So I ended up talking to them, which is really funny because usually it's the other way around, right? They're coming and talking to you. But I approached them, and the first question I asked Carolyn was, where are all the women in the Bible? Like, where are the women? What stories, I grew up in a private Catholic school, and I hadn't heard a lot of female Bible stories. And so when I asked the question, her answer was, well, if I'm going to talk about women, then I have to start with Eve. I was like, what? No one ever talked to me about Eve before, not like that, like a real, person. And yeah, I was in from then on. And that put me on the path of discovery, and I'm now on the path of spirit and truth. Yes, thank you. So I'm going to conclude with a poem, and this poem was written by my beautiful spiritual mother. She goes by God Gal, that's her artist name. So this is by God Gal. Even if your viewpoint is 360 degrees, standing on the top of a mountain in any angle, there will be hidden spots. Your viewpoint, therefore, is a perspective, an aspect, based on the angle you choose to study. Based on your outlook, it'll never be telling the whole truth, so help me God. You will adopt what hits the spot and your 5 senses. And when you seek another angle, you will notice something new that hits the spot, a broader perspective. That's God Gal, July of this year. The meaning I find in the poem ties into interdependence, right? Universal values and mutual prosperity. If we look at humans as God's children, and each of us is a piece of that pie that we call the heavenly creator, and you take that piece and compare it to the next piece, there's no way that they can be the same. Like, it's impossible. But with the same concept, if one piece is missing from that pie that we call our heavenly creator, then our heavenly parent is not whole. So the children need to work together as their individual, unique aspects of God's character to form one family. Yes, if you look out from your own angle on top of that mountain, you will not see the same view as the person on a different side. There will be different trees, clouds, smells, birds. So what causes the gaps in our view to overlap? Love. We fill in the gaps with love. When we do that, we are surrounded by our family and their love. And moving forward in this way, we will help build a heavenly kingdom on earth, and we will restore Los Angeles. This sounds like something you want to be a part of. Then let's embrace this new era by renewing your cause, your purpose, your contract with yourself and God in your community. We can't do it alone. We are a sisterhood, we are a brotherhood, we are a family. We lean on who we need to get the job done for our families and our children, right? Our co-founder said that women's innate qualities of nurturing, empathy, and cooperation are why women are the true peace builders, that women are to be central actors in peace creation. So, we are part of a calling to restore this great city. If we unite and rise together, we will shine like angels representing heaven. Thank you.
And before you go, Meagan, we have flowers for you from your daughter, Morgan. One more round of applause for Meagan Robles, our new chairwoman. Thank you so much, Meagan, for your message. And this is personally, when my husband and I heard who the next chairwoman would be, we thought it was perfect. We thought you were perfect because of your bright and loving spirit. If you know Meagan, she always hugs you with a smile. And I was thinking, yeah, if there was a representative of how I think the feminine aspect of God would embrace us, it would be like that, with a smile and a hug. And so I'm really looking forward to how WFWP LA blossoms from here, and we're excited to support. And we actually had a few other women who weren't able to join us here today in Los Angeles, but they wanted to send their message. And so I wanted to share the letters they sent to congratulate this relaunch. And the first is Mrs. Sachiko Sato, who is a longtime WFWP member whose family lived in Los Angeles for many years. She's now in Northern California, a happy grandmother with 6 grandchildren from her 3 married children. And she sent her letter, and she said, I would like to extend my congratulations for the LA Relaunch Ceremony in honor of the outgoing chairwoman, Emma Reid, who has served WFWP LA faithfully and with utmost sincerity, and for the newly installed chairwoman, Meagan Robles, for her vision and her desire to uphold the esteemed and noble cause of WFWP. Our next message is from Mrs. Myrna Lepre. She is the WFWP chairwoman of Northern California. And she says, congratulations to all on your wonderful event, Renewed and Rising, the relaunch ceremony of WFWP Los Angeles, as you honor the past and embrace the future. It is wonderful to see Emma Reid acknowledged for all of her dedication and investment as the outgoing chairwoman. And I look forward to seeing what unfolds in your chapter under the new leadership of Meagan Robles. I am grateful that I will get to know her as we spend time in Kigali, Rwanda, together seeing the amazing work at the New Hope Technical Institute and Professional Training Center, a project of WFWP's Schools of Africa. Again, congratulations to this relaunch of your chapter, and I look forward to seeing what is to come. So thank you, Mrs. Sato, Mrs. Lepre, for your messages. And we look forward to your stories of going to Rwanda and your experience there when you come back. So please come back with many stories. But this actually brings a wrap to our part 1 of the program. But before we go, I wanted to share a couple of announcements. And so the first is that after this, please take the time to take photos, greet each other, have fellowship. And then we will have lunch in the dining hall, and there will be ushers guiding you there. After lunch, we will be starting part 2 of the program, Rising, and that will be in the dining hall. So if you can join us, please join us in the dining hall. And the last announcement is that tomorrow, here at 10 a.m., we will have the LA Family Church service, and Dr. Katarina Connory will be giving the sermon tomorrow. Yes. So please join us. She will be speaking on the perfect embrace of Heavenly Mother. Very fitting. So please join us if you can tomorrow at 10 a.m. here for that experience. And so before we go into lunch, we want to take a group photo, right? As young people say, no photo, it didn't happen. So we got to take a photo to remember this moment and especially this transition. And then, yes, we'll go from there. So if I can have help from the photographers. And we have one more announcement from Pastor Joshua.
I'm going to actually lead the group photo gathering. So I want to ask if Meagan and Katarina can be here with Emma Reid, Susan, and other Women's Federation leaders. And then everyone else, we're going to crowd behind them. We're not going to take the photo from the pews. So this is why I wanted to take the mic. Actually, we could keep the podium. Or maybe, no, banners keep and then podium move. It's good, yeah. Let's do this official new relaunch. Make this beautiful. Susan, make sure you're in there. And Caroline, please go next to Adia. Here we go. Let's bring Emma Reid her flowers. Can we bring Emma Reid her flowers? And her plaque? Someone help me out. Thank you. All right, everyone else. Don't hesitate. Please take to the stage behind. Please take to the stage behind. If I can have Nasser and Uli stay in the front, towards the front, and Kodai as well towards the front, and Reverend Tengen, Masaru, Marcelo, Mark, Tengen, stay in the front. Okay. All right, I'm going to help you out from here. Everyone from the back, please come in. Please take to the stage behind. Maybe, what's the cutoff? It's okay? Daijoubu? Takayo-chan. Takayo wa towards the front. Onegaishimasu. Yeah. And everyone else, let's make our way around. There's also the stage behind. So you see where Keith is, that will also be fine. So let's get some folks where Keith is as well. Beautiful, everyone's hugging and loving. Great. Okay, you stand next to your mom. You stand next to your mom, that's important. Okay, who's out of frame? Shoko-san, you're still out of frame. Shoko-san, come closer. All right, everyone is in frame. Can everyone see Kikuchi? All right, we're gonna say women's, WFWP, okay, on 3. 1, 2, 3. WFWP! Wave! Wave, wave. Now I want everybody, one more photo, Kikuchi-san, I want everybody to look to a neighbor next to you and give them a hug. Give them a hug. Give them a hug. And now one more time, everybody, wave. All right, beautiful. Back to Jasmine. Thank you so much. Oh. Jasmine? Okay, we'll just, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, yes. So maybe it's a new era of women. We're actually ahead of time in our schedule. So please take this time, take photos, have fellowship, and then we will have lunch in the dining hall 11:45. Lunch at 11:45.